for shopping. I just want to go and just walk around and see things. I don't need to buy things. It's just the feeling
but that's your whole thing.
It's the feeling of emptiness. It's ghost freaking town. So it is not just like there's no people around. There's no cars around. It's like literally you wouldn't know it, and there's like a freaking zombie apocalypse that's happening, and you wouldn't realize about it because it's a Sunday, so everyone is outside.
I'm not going to go as far as to say that I love it.
Well,
I'm not even going to go as far as to say that I like it.
I can tell you.
I can say I respect it.
I can tell you though, a really good thing that has done for me, and is just very much looking forward for Mondays. I've never looking forward for Mondays. Who looks forward for Mondays? I don't think that no one looks forward for Mondays. It's like, oh God, Monday's here. However, now for me, it's like, oh my God, yes, it's a Monday.
Welcome to a new episode of Beta Barca.
Yay!
Yeah, you've heard
finally.
that right. We changed our name.
It was about time.
I don't know. I'm still a little sad. Topics
you're
in
not
therapy.
sad.
Maybe just the name is therapy for me. But we got some feedback, and we got 3 respondents to our national poll. And
everyone agree with me?
While people loved Tapas in Therapy, and like they said, that's probably the best name they've ever heard.
Yeah, right.
They really kind of wanted to just support Sada in her transition to Barcelona. So
yeah,
Beta Barca it is.
Well, thank you, 3 listeners.
Yeah. All right. Got a lot to talk about today. Here we go. So wanted to give you guys a quick update on Amalia Soccer. That'll be fast. Had some restaurant reviews to go over. Some local restaurants that we wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about my trip home and what it was like to go home for the first time after being in Barcelona. We wanted to talk about Sundays and Sada's obsession with stores being closed and how it ruins the whole day.
Well, you already pretty much said everything about it already.
Well, then that'll be a really short segment.
I guess.
And some changes that we've been looking at making now that we're kind of through the honeymoon phase, and like things that we think that are going to be important for us to be able to really enjoy our time here. So, Sada had the best reaction of all time when we found out. So you get to tell the news about what's going on with Amaya.
Okay, yeah. So like, I end up getting her actual like egg file number, so I could check myself instead of waiting for someone to tell me if something was happening. So I've been like going in this like federation, like the Spain Federation, Soccer Federation, like Football Federation, like probably every hour for the past days, and every time that I will go in there, it was like, is in transition and está en trámite. I don't even know how to say
Well,
it.
we should give some context for those of you guys that don't remember. We've been waiting for Amalia to get FIFA accredited, and she's missed 5 games so far.
5 games.
So she's been practicing, but she missed 5 games. Milo got approved, so Milo's been playing, and I think it's important to context here that it's just been a really kind of a dark cloud over the house. I mean, Amalia Soccer means a lot to the whole family. It means a lot to her. It means even more to her mom. She's a super soccer mom. And it was just bringing down the entire experience because Amaya not being able to play on the weekends. Both
while
kids
his
playing.
brother is being playing.
Yeah, while the brother's playing and while, Milo playing is a whole nother thing and the quality of his team. Sada doesn't like me talking about that. But we just missed both kids being able to play. So what's the news?
Well, the news is that Monday, finally, when I entered that little number that I've been doing for the past week and always saying to be approved, I don't know, like waiting for FIFA approval. Finally, it says approve, and I literally cry. I cry for real.
Sada had
tears
the
came
best
out
reaction.
of my eyes.
She called me,
happiness.
And I've been answering the phone because usually she calls me in the middle of the day and I'm working. But I'm also waiting for this news. So I'm like, if she calls me in the middle of the day, I'm like, it might be the news. And this time she called and she was crying on the other end. I'm like, uh-oh, what's wrong? Like, I was really worried for a second because I'm like, wait, is something wrong with the kids? And she's like, she got approved. approved, and it was just really, really cute. It was weird because for me at least at that moment, because of seeing Sada's reaction, I was really happier for you than I was for Amalia. Like it just showed how much of a big deal it is, and it has been a big weight off. Like now it's not. I think it's even less for me. I was thinking about like why was it this weight, and I think it was just the waiting. Like every day, it's like it's not like we're like waiting for this one date. Oh, November 21st, we're gonna find out. It's every day. It could have been the day, which almost makes it worse because we don't know what the date is, and we don't know what we're looking forward to. So every day it would come and go, and we're like, oh, we're still waiting. Oh, we're still waiting. So, anyways, just want to give everyone an update. We're super excited. She's finally getting to play, and so if you do have kids that want to play football in Spain, just be mindful. Oh, we did talk to a lawyer, so let's make this a little bit instructive.
That's how desperate we were.
Right,
with this whole
we spoke to a
situation.
sports lawyer, and it was his opinion that everything was going to be fine. So he told us, he's like, I don't think you guys should hire me. He was a friend of a friend, and he said, don't hire me because it sounds like you guys did everything right, and it just actually does take time. And if you're trying to do this, he said the order you should do it is the order we did it accidentally. We didn't do this on purpose. But the order that you do it is you put your kids in school, you get your Spain visas, and then you begin your process to apply for the FIFA accreditation. And again, what that means is that she's allowed to play for a Spanish team. And the reason he said they do that is the higher level they play, it's actually not you submit these 5 pieces of paper and you're guaranteed in. It's very subjective. Somebody has to look at it and they have to feel that you moved to Spain for a reason that is other than soccer. If they feel that you moved to Spain for your kids to play soccer, they will reject your application. And so he said make sure your kids are in school, bring your whole family, and then you apply. And if you're truly here for something other than soccer, it's not going to be a problem, but it is time consuming. And there is a chance you're going to miss part of the season.
I know, but yeah. Other than that, everything good, and we are done talking about football. We promise, but let's move on.
But let's continue the sports theme and then we'll just talk about this because I was fired up today. I had like a real Barcelona day today. I really did. Like I woke up. It's been really long nights. We've got some really exciting stuff going on at work, and so I've been working till midnight, 1 a.m. every day. And it's just, not much sleep, but that's okay. I mean, part of the job. But this morning I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the morning off. And the BFIS, which is Amalia's school, has a group, another WhatsApp group, and I signed up for a paddle game. And I just kind of went stress-free. I rode my bike. Oh, I've got to talk about my bicycle too. I love my bicycle. I rode my bicycle up to this new paddle club that I've never been to. Really beautiful club, but it's all Americans. Like, I don't think there were any Spanish people there except for like one court. I think this is where a lot of the BFIS parents play. And yeah, just got to meet some really cool people. Met a guy who's a writer. He just published he's publishing his second book. And it was just a beautiful day outside. It's 70 something degrees, played paddle, had coffee, came home, did some work, and now we're recording this. And so there's just something about the weather and just being able to kind of have that morning, which was a really nice morning. So anyways, paddle's been a lot of fun. I think I'm getting better. I'm fully healed from my scooter accident. And yeah, so paddle's been a lot of fun. And so I definitely recommend, and it's a great way of meeting people. Not best friends or anything maybe, but just having conversations with locals, learning about what people are about. I've met 3 families from San Francisco today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that. They've been here forever. So the same story, right? I said, so how long has everyone been in Barcelona? 4 of the families that were there, their kids graduated BFIS, but they've just stayed in Barcelona, and they're just part of the BFIS WhatsApp groups still. But yeah, 3 families were from San Francisco. They said one's been here for 20 years, one for 7, and one for 5. And they're like, yeah, we all came for a year.
I mean, I think that this is too soon to say, but I've always tried to figure out what kind of community all these people that end up staying so many years used to have back home. Because, like, I am loving the experience, and I want to stay, like, about 1 more year, what we eventually said, which is, like, maybe 2. Mm-hmm. But I just can't see myself, like, more than that. Because I really miss home. a lot. I miss my friends, my community, my regular schedules, my everything. I really do miss it. So I'm always wondering, like, when everyone is like, oh, you're going to end up staying more time. And I'm like, I think that that's so, like,
You know what's funny though?
that has to do a lot with the kind of strong bonds you have with your people. And I feel that my bonds are way too strong to just leave them forever.
I think everyone says that.
I can't do, no.
No, well, look, Mom was here last week, and I was walking home with her, and she's like, I think you guys are going to stay for a while. By the way, I'm also in the 2-year camp, but my mom says, you guys are going to stay for a while. And I'm like, why do you think that? She's like, look, when we left Australia to go to the US, it wasn't meant to be forever. And we had just what you guys have at home. Our family lives there. Our best friends live there. Like, we had family from India that, you know how close we are. I mean, and that's true. My parents still stay over there at their houses, 30, 40 years later. Raju Bhaya's family. My sisters had moved there. And we're like, yeah, there's no way we're staying in the US. And then something happens. Like, after you've been somewhere for a couple of years, you do build, according to her and according to all these people, you build a community, it becomes life, the kids adapt, they have friends. And again, obviously people go home. Even the people here were saying, like, if you don't feel like you have your community after 2 years, one family said that today, one guy. He's like, then you should go back. But a lot of people do and a lot of people don't, and it just depends. So, yeah, this is not meant to be an announcement episode. Like, we're planning on staying here for 2 years and then going back. But I know life can go in different ways, and we'll see what happens. Why are you giving me that look?
No, I'm like, okay, we'll see. I'm pretty
It's a let's see,
set,
right?
but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll come back to this episode, and maybe a year and a half from now, it's the episode. It could, to me, I could see both happening. I mean, I could see, like, 2 years ago, I couldn't see us being in Barcelona, and here we are.
Oh no, 2 years ago you could see us anywhere. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
You've been trying to move us out of the United States for the past, like, 4 years. So you definitely have seen us somewhere. It was a malevolent plan. How do you call it? How say that in English?
I have no idea.
Malefic, diabolic, maleabelic. I don't know. Do you call that, like, plan that you had for the past, like, 4 years to move us out because you wanted to leave this dream outside and all these blah, blah, blah.
Oh my gosh, it's such a tough life.
And here we are. So, like, you definitely knew this was going to happen eventually, but...
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking Colombia. I always thought it was going to be Colombia, right? So, I'm being honest. There is no chance that I thought we'd be in Europe because of work.
I know, which is why I didn't want to go anywhere else. That was, like, the only... That's how you convinced me to finally do the move, because I wanted to do this as a excitement, new thing that I didn't know before.
So the other thing on this, in terms of being here, this is like the trough of disillusionment, right? The honeymoon period's over, and what we were having wine over at our friend Doug's house. By the way, Doug and Veronica are going to be guests next week.
Woohoo!
So they had just moved to Turo Park. We're sitting on their balcony, beautiful balcony overlooking Turo Park. And remember, he said they even said it in the BFIS intro. Like, months 3 through 6 are the toughest months. Like, you're done with the honeymoon period, life starts hitting you. So I think, as much as we hate to say it, we're just so normal. Like, we are going through exactly what the BFIS intro class said we'd be going through. What I was going to go to is, so I was home last week, and I was where you are. Like, last Saturday was, I think, I don't know if, I don't want to make it sound like bad, but it was my quote unquote most I'm missing home day, the day before I went home to San Francisco. Because I hadn't been home yet. I'd been traveling to the US quite a bit for work, but I hadn't been home yet. And you had a really honest conversation with me about this whole Amalia thing's really, really starting to hit me hard, because we had just gotten back, or we had missed Amalia's game, right? We decided not to go. We were so kind of frustrated. We didn't go to Amaya's game.
Yeah, we never mentioned that we are still
going to the games and just watching.
They want her to be there to see her team play and all this stuff. So
I was where you are, or were. I know now that Amalia's done, it's different, and I was missing home, and I was missing our friends, and just I was really wanting to be home. And I landed in San Francisco, and I got home, and 12 hours later, I really did have the feeling. I mean, it was a whirlwind trip. It felt like home. Like, San Francisco felt like home. But Barcelona feels like home too. Like I was missing obviously you guys and the kids, or you and the kids, but Barcelona, there was this feeling, and my homesickness went away. Being home for a day made homesickness go away, and it gave me like my refill of being back at our home here, which is why we want you to go back just to see what it's like for you too.
Well, I actually am very familiar with that feeling because
Oh, yeah.
I feel that
Colombia.
that's why I always wanted to go back to Colombia at least once a year, because the way I see it is like I need to go and recharge my batteries of my people, of my culture, of my family, of like everything. And once I do that once a year, like that's good enough for me to go back to the United States. But every time that is more than 1 year that I don't go to Colombia, it really starts kind of like, "Ugh, okay, I need to go. I need
Yeah.
to go." Like it's important.
I feel that way about Colombia
so
too, though.
I feel you do. Oh, I love
You
it.
know-
My Colombian.
You know,
husband.
Medellin is my favorite city in the world.
I know, it's amazing.
So.
So I feel that I understood. I feel that you finally understood in a way how I feel when I go to Colombia once a year, and why it's so important for me to keep doing.
It was surprising for me.
and the
Yeah.
kids as well, because I feel that the kids are also got used to going once a year as well, so they love it, and they even ask for it. Like, are we going to go to Colombia this year? Are we going to do this? So yeah.
Yeah, no, it was surprising to me. Like, what was surprising to me was how quickly I got my fill. Not like, oh, I'm ready to go home, but the homesickness went away. And it wasn't, now that I was in San Francisco, I was like, oh, I can't wait to move back. It was actually, okay, I'm ready to go back to Barcelona and continue the adventure. I was excited to come back. And I started doing a lot of stuff, which might be a good transition. I started doing a lot of stuff about what do I want to change in Barcelona. So, we had this kind of trough of disillusionment. That one day was just like, oh, we're kind of going through this. Man, we miss home. We miss our friends. By the way, I got to see, a lot of friends, which is great. I didn't get to spend nearly enough time with anybody. Got to spend a little time with my sister. Got to spend time with Craig's family, the Weinsteins, the Blandons, the Masries. Like a lot of our core group. Spent a lot of time with John, obviously because of the work stuff. So I got a lot of fill of friends, or at least got to see them, but definitely not enough time with any of them. But just getting a little piece of everybody was really good. But I started thinking a lot about, okay, what are the changes that are physically in our control that we could do in Barcelona to kind of adapt and not have the same life in San Francisco or in the Bay Area, because that's not why we're here. It's to experience new stuff, but also have kind of this sense of continuity. So I had 7 things that I listed down that we wanted to do. So I thought we'd just go through those 7 because maybe they might resonate with some other people.
Go ahead.
You give me the weirdest look.
No, I didn't.
You don't? Are you curious what the 7 are?
No, I just didn't know that you made this list.
I
so
did.
Now I know.
List number 1 is already done. I'm like, no matter what, I need to get Amalia's soccer thing done. So if I have to like start working from Madrid and sit outside their office for the entire week, I was willing to do that.
Okay.
So
Done.
number 1 done. I can check that one off. Number 2, one thing that's actually kind of interesting, living in a big city. I don't think this is a Barcelona versus US thing. It's just living in a big city. And not having soccer practice and kids activities close to the house like you do in a suburb takes an inordinate amount of time that you just don't realize. And so if you only have a certain amount of hours in a day, I mean, think about it. You wake up, let's say your day starts at 8. I mean, you're awake before 8, but you're doing stuff starting at 8, and you're winding down and trying to go to sleep, let's say, by 9 or 10, right? That gives you 14 hours on a generous day. Sada is spending twice a week, and I'm spending once a week, 4 hours driving Amalia back and forth. So 4 hours out of a 12 to 14 hour day is a crap ton of time. And so one of the things that we're looking at is potentially, because of, it's really affordable here, it's getting a driver. So anything that you want to say about that in terms of freeing up your time?
Yeah, like just having someone to just drop her off and bring her back would be amazing. It really is, like, I didn't realize how much was affecting everything else around.
Yeah.
Like Savannah, our little one, is going to sleep super late because I don't get back home until really late.
Yep.
We're
not going out for our once a week or twice a week wine.
Yeah, we wanted to start doing something like that, and we have been able to do that either. Or even hang out at the house,
Yeah,
because
we don't hang out.
we are so busy in the late time just trying to get everything done that couldn't be done because I was out
And this is with us having Lau, and Lau helping a lot. Lau's
Yeah.
been cooking lately. You know, she handles all the cleanup. She handles a lot of the pickups. But you're just gone. I mean, think about it. You're gone from 5 to 9.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the entire evening. And so we're getting a driver. And so again, if you're moving to Barcelona, it's really affordable. It's about 40 euros round trip, right? And that's with the driver waiting there. So it's the cost of...
But using our...
Yeah, finding a driver, right?
Yeah, it's just the person. The
It's
person
finding a person
itself.
that can drive your
And
car.
we will provide the gas and car.
Yep.
And that's the cost that would it be. However, if we do it another way, which is hiring someone that has its own car and insurance and gas and all the stuff, is a different.
Well, we know the
price,
top side, right?
obviously.
It's 60 euros, 65 euros if you want to take a cab. So putting in perspective,
Is it?
if you're in the US, it's 30 euros each way.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Got it.
Yeah, so it's 30 euros each way in a cab. And so that's another option. We give Amalia, and it's 45 minutes away. So it's half the price or even less than half the price of like doing it in the US.
But I mean, like, it is 45 minutes, is 45 to an hour away.
There, yeah.
On the way there. Because
Traffic.
of traffic is insane. And one thing that we did talk about a lot about the traffic part of the light itself, but that's not the only issue per se. Like, everything here is like one way.
Yeah.
A lot of the streets are one ways, and there's not a lot of like left turns for certain situations. So you need to do like more driving, like need to go to the, I know you probably understand what I'm trying to go. So to be able to get to the left street, you want to turn left on, I don't know, street A, you still have to go to like a whole new route that you are not, you could just simply like saving
And
like
there's a lot of
5 to 10
lights.
minutes by turning left, but no,
And
you
it's
have
a
to
lot
go
of
to this
lights,
route.
and the lights don't have sensors, so that you'll sometimes sit at a light and there's no one crossing the street. And the city for biking, busing, and walking is amazing because everything is very catered towards people not being in a car. And so if you are in a car, it really holds you back. And luckily, we're not in a car very much.
No.
But I prefer it. I mean, if you're going to be in a city, you don't want everybody driving around. So I think it's the right thing to do. But it is tough. So anyways, we want to get a driver.
Yeah.
It's affordable. And again, the mindset is,
But be clear, like a driver for these specific things, not like a driver to have us.
maybe I do want a
us
driver
around.
for everything. Just to take me around and around the block.
That
No.
was the point of getting your Transformer
exactly.
bike.
Thank you. So I got a bicycle. This is not part of the things that I wanted to change, but I got the most amazing bike. I went down the YouTube rabbit hole, and I told Sada I want to get this bike. She's like, I don't think you should. I'm like, I've been watching YouTube videos, and she's like, shit.
Yeah. Every time that there's a YouTube video for more than an hour, that means that it's gonna get bought.
Anyways, it's amazing. It's a handmade bike from London called Brompton. It's a great brand. A lot of people around Barcelona have it.
Called how?
Brompton. Brompton.
Brompton.
Brompton. And everybody around here has one. It folds up really tiny so that you can take it inside with you. You can take it to, like a lot of people, when you're at a bar, you'll see people with a Brompton all folded up. You can take it inside your office because bikes do get stolen here, as referenced by my scooter that someone so viciously stole from us. And so, yeah, I love the bike. And I really just love riding around the city. I ride around everywhere now. Like today, when I went to that paddle, it would have taken me about 15 minutes on bus or 16, 17 minutes walking, but it took me like 5 minutes riding. And I just seem to see more of the city. And I don't know, I just love riding my bike around. It's awesome. So yeah, driver, saving time. And where the point I was making was, if you can afford it, and you're here for only a couple years, maximize the time. Don't maximize like saving a few dollars. And so if we can get 8 to 12 hours back, or no, 10 to 15 hours back a week, that's huge. That's 10 to 15 hours we can spend together and do stuff. All right. The next change, so number 1, soccer, number 2, driver. The next change was Sada brought up that we have this beautiful house and we spent a lot of time looking for a place that has an outdoor area. And a yard's hard, but we have like a really big terrace and the kids never use it. So the other thing I started researching when I was in the US was getting somebody to come put like, imagine like a batter's cage, but around our terrace so the kids can play soccer. So we got a bid on that. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add. That was something that Sada was really, hey, our kids don't go outside anymore.
Yeah, like that was something that is bothering me a lot. Like I loved that the kids used to go out like 3 hours at a time and just hit the ball outside in the backyard
On
or
the weekends.
play.
They don't really have 3 hours
No,
during the week.
I mean either on the week. Even
But
the
they don't have
weekday,
3 hours during the week
They
here.
will be on the trampoline. They will, like if you, I mean not like straight 3 hours, but I did count like about that amount of time they were spending outside without their devices and their stuff. They
During the week.
Even that, yeah. If they don't have training, yeah. And
But
even,
here they
even
don't-
doing
yeah.
training as well, because like our trainings were like 5 minutes away. Everything was 5
But to be
minutes
clear,
away.
our kids spend a lot of time outside. They're playing soccer 2 hours a day.
No, here
Yeah.
because we take them to this stuff and but like if there's no soccer, then there's nothing else,
Yeah.
right? Like we live in a building that doesn't have like outdoors areas around it, and I feel that one of the reasons why we got this apartment was because we had this huge terrace that we thought, okay, this is going to supplement the outdoor area that we used to have. However, like it seems that these kids only want to play football and nothing else in the world, so like it's kind of
Or
like
a ball sport.
or something with balls, yeah. So like it's kind of like hard.
Sorry.
Like it's kind of like hard for that to happen in the terrace. I'm really creative, so I try to make up games that they can do. We even bought these like
Foam ball.
like foam balls that they can throw around everywhere. It doesn't feel like even if they fall down from the like 5th floor, if it hits something, nothing's gonna happen. So I don't feel that bad if it end up happening. But yeah, so like, I mean, if it's something that is not too expensive to get that done, it's gonna mean a lot.
Yeah.
Because I feel that they're finally gonna go out and play there. I feel the whole devices thing has been happening more than it should, and that we like.
Yep.
And
On the weekend, like again, they're not home enough during the week.
But even, I know that you say that, but
Mm-hmm.
even during the week, the amount of time that they use the device has increased versus what they
Yeah.
used to be in the US, because I could just tell them like, okay, stop, go outside and play, right? And go outside and play was trampoline, was soccer, was no soccer, was volleyball, was, I don't know, like running outside in the front yard. There was always something that they could do.
Again, it's not really a point. I think I disagree because I looked at their screen time every day, right, in the US and here. What I do agree with you is if you take a look at it as a percentage of time that they're home, they're more time on the screen. They're just not home very much, but when they are home, they're on their screen. Yeah. In the US, they're home a lot more. Here, they get out of school, they get home at 4:30 from school, and then they're at soccer from 5 to 7 for Milan, from 5 to 9 for Amalia. And so if they only have an hour or an hour and a half free, they're on their screens. Versus in the US, they have 3 hours, they're still on the phone screen for an hour, hour and a half, but then they're outside for the other hour.
Okay, maybe it's just like an optical thing that
Yeah.
you can just see it
But
more.
regardless, they're not getting a chance to go outside,
Yeah.
and I think this will really help. We have no idea if we're doing it. We had
Yeah.
a guy to give us a quote, and he's still adding up all the zeros, I guess, because he hasn't sent me the quote yet. But let's see how it
Okay.
goes. But I think it'll be really good. Small thing, Sada had a great idea, so we bought a skylight calendar, and so that was another thing. That was another thing on my list to bring home. Back to Barca was a calendar that we could organize all the events from 2 different schools, 3 different kids, and 3 totally different kind of parts of their
Ages
life.
and stuff, yeah.
What Lau, as our nanny, has to do on a daily basis. Sada to know like what I've got going on in my life. I don't have my work calendar on there because that would go crazy. But like, when am I flying? Do I have a paddle game in the morning? Stuff like that is all on that calendar. And I really like it. I'm surprised. It actually is nice to just have everything there. I used ChatGPT to extract all of Amalia's games and Milo's games and put them on there. Or Amalia's at least. Milo's games have been a little harder. I haven't had that much time to try. But yeah, so I think that's been good.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Anything that you want to add for the Skylight calendar? Could work for home the US or Barcelona. But
Yeah, no, I never thought I would need it, and it's a base. It's also more like a perk that we could have. I saw it on our neighbors
shout out to Jen and Arthur.
and they have it, and she speak really highly of it, and I just loved it. So like I don't know, like before I didn't feel like I had that much issues with the scheduling of things, but here like I feel that they have a different thing there's a new email coming
Yeah.
from the school that there's a new event, a new thing, a new there. And I'm like, okay, now my head is not going to be able to wrap all these around.
Yeah.
And just, I know that we could use it on the app, on an app on the phone or whatever, but just there's something about
It's about
having
the
things
user
visual
experience.
on your
Yeah.
face. Like you
And
can
user
just see
experience
it
matters.
completely.
If something being easy is why
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like Android, right? They just are used to the user experience of an Apple. And user experience and being able to organize your life matters, and this
Yeah.
is a good user experience.
So I love
it's
it.
a luxury,
so far,
but
we like it, and I think that is.
though we're having
an
an issue, it's got a defect. They
We'll see.
emailed me back.
Oh,
It is
really?
a defect, yeah.
Great.
I told them, hey, I'm in Europe. Can we do anything? Otherwise, next time I go back to the U.S.,
Yeah.
I'll take it back. I bought it from Best Buy, and I've got the Best Buy warranty as well.
Okay, like I feel that now we should just get like some kind of
Shout out to
like,
Total Tech.
No, do you say
Sponsorship?
that? Sponsorship,
Yeah.
like Best Buy. What is the name of your bike?
Yeah,
again?
Brompton.
Then what else? Skylight.
I like it. Skylight Calendar. This episode is sponsored by Skylight Calendar. All right. So soccer, driver, rooftop calendar. I don't even think I've told you this, but I started researching getting a finca. Here.
No.
Just let me finish. Like,
There's just no way. There's no point.
can I?
Okay, you can finish.
Yeah,
sorry.
thank you. I didn't know this was your shutdown pod. No, I started researching getting a finca because of the outdoor space. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just too hard to have outdoor space in the city. And we were talking before I left about we need to also get out of the city more. Like maybe we're too depressed on Saturdays after not being able to watch kids play soccer. And then Sundays, we'll still talk about Sundays, your depression on the second Sunday hits. But we don't go anywhere. And I thought this might be a great way of like, okay, let's just go to our spot twice a month and the kids can play. It has to be a place, it has to be the right place, obviously. It has to be a place that A, has a pool, B, has a yard, C, we feel like there's places for us to walk around and go to, D, that the kids really enjoy going to. And E, has to be less than an hour away. So I was doing all this stuff.
Well, I think that an hour is good enough.
Yeah.
Not less. Like I think that in between one and
It was
one and a
it was
half-
between 1 and 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
And so I put all those things into the BFIS Dads group, which is a fountain of information, of us getting shit done. And I got like a ton of recommendations.
Okay.
Then I spoke to Doug and Henning about it.
Oh,
and,
good. Something with between
and
all
going
of us.
in all three of us. And Henning hasn't, I should respond. I haven't talked to Henning yet, but I spoke to Doug, and Doug's like, I think it's a great idea. Where all three of us go in on one, and either we can all go together or we just take turns.
That
Because it's actually more
sense.
economical. Because the places I was looking, like Costa Brava and all this stuff, like a nice place that has like a pool and a yard is like $300-400 a night, right? And if you rent it monthly, it's like $2,000 a month. Like if you find a place for a long-term rental, and so if you split it three ways, now you're talking a couple $100 a night. Anyways, that was the thought, and it's just a cool place to go. And then you just leave your stuff
we
there.
can talk about it. That sounds like a good idea.
It was just a research. All right.
Yeah.
So, soccer, driver, rooftop, calendar, finca, and a dog.
Oh my
We've been
God.
researching getting a dog. Yay. Sada's got a face. I wish this was we need to just switch. I'm going to propose to Sada soon that we switch to a visual so you can see her faces that happen during these things. I think it'll be way more entertaining.
Well, I feel like I'm cheating to my own dog already.
The dog that she spent zero time with.
I do spend so much time with him, like a lot. The fact that I'm not like a walker, I don't walk
A
him that
walker,
much at all.
a poop pick-upper.
I always
quite
pick
sure.
him out. I always take him out outside to poop and then come in. But then
Yeah.
I was with him the entire time. He doesn't like to go out. He likes to be just next to me. So we spend all the time together. We spend so much time together.
I don't think our dog at home didn't like going out.
I spend a lot of time on training him. Still train him to the date. I never stop training him,
Oh my
and that's why he's really good. Which, by the way, he's getting untrained by your family back in the US.
I just want to call out that my wife just called out.
By the
that-
way, thank you very much for taking care of him. But it sucks that by the time that we come back to him, he's probably going to be like
Close to
so. How do you say that? Desadaptado.
dead.
Disadapted
He'll be 9
or
by the
something.
time we get back.
Stop it. He's not gonna be dead, and he's just. I'm just gonna have to retrain him or something because it sucks.
I thought you said he doesn't like going out. What do you do to train him?
Imagine having a dog that doesn't know what a bed looks like what it means to sleep on an actual bed for his entire
Anyways,
life.
I just saw
and
him-
suddenly you leave him away for 3 months and he's already sleeping in beds. He never used to go to the second floors because he would respect that that's like the humans area. Now he goes upstairs all the time. Like, this is like killing me. I can't believe it.
Anyways,
Like all this time
he
that
is
I
super
wasted.
happy though. He is super happy though because Kim's there. He's got a dog buddy. Surprisingly to Sada, there's going to be a shock. He likes being outside with King. Apparently, according to Sada, he doesn't like going outside.
He doesn't like, I guess, outside by himself.
Yeah, so that's why you walk him.
I mean, what are you talking about? Every time that we used to open like the door so he can be in a big yard that we used to have, he will just sit in front of the door to get him back inside.
You're telling me he didn't love going on hikes? You're telling me he did? It was like the happiest day of his life when he finally escaped. You don't like walking.
He never escapes because he doesn't want to leave the house. Okay, well, whatever.
Anyways, we're looking at getting a dog. We're looking at getting a dog, and Sada doesn't want one. But I'm pulling the card that I didn't want a dog, and she just brought one home, so I get to do it once in life. And there we go.
Like, I love dogs.
Sure she does.
There's nothing like as far as animals that I love more than a dog. I love dogs. I would love to have a dog. I just don't think that for the amount of time that we're gonna be here and for the space that we have,
he or she would come back.
And I know, but like I just feel like we live. I'm not like, I feel that this is my mom's fault because she completely put this in my head that you don't have like dogs in apartments. So I grew up wanting a freaking dog my entire life, and I never got one because I lived in an apartment my entire life. So I just feel that I don't think that dogs are meant to live in apartments. So I feel bad for the dog that bringing a dog into an apartment, one. And
yeah, Max seemed really devastated.
Nah, he's adorable, but yeah, I don't know. So that's,
well, we're gonna dog sit for Max.
We'll figure it out,
right? They said that they're leaving at the end of the month or something.
I don't know.
He said
somewhere.
that
I hope so.
No,
I adore that.
Doug told me yesterday. He's like, by the way, Sada said Max is gonna be with your house over there. He's gonna be over there Halloween weekend.
Yeah, we'll have him.
Cool. All right, and then we'll see what it's like to have a dog.
Yeah.
All right. So those are the changes: soccer, driver, rooftop, calendar, finca, dog. That's what I was thinking about when I was in the U.S. about things that could enhance our time out here. Obviously, traveling more and getting out more. So I did tell Sada, and she's been super supportive. Just like, even if we were at Amalia soccer game, we're like, let's go look at that park, and we just drove 6 minutes, and we're like, all right, there's nothing to see, let's go. But it's just like say yes to go seeing stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what to do this Sunday. I don't want to go to Plaza Catalunya. I know you want to. I want to go out somewhere and out of the city and
the only
explore.
reason why I want to go to Plaza Catalunya on Sundays, which by the way, Plaza Catalunya is just like a very, very, very touristic area here in Barcelona. Not only just the major stores are there, but also a lot of little cute stores that sell like all kind of stuff. Like it is really cute to just get lost in all that area because it's not just Plaza Catalunya, right? Like Plaza Catalunya is next to the Gothic area, and then the Gothic is just next to Born. So like you just keep like walking and you keep like seeing really cute stuff. But yeah, it is. I mean, I think that the whole Sunday things, I don't know if we mentioned it before, the whole thing is that we found out that everything is closed.
You mentioned it every podcast.
No, really? I don't care. You're right. You probably have to mention it.
This is not news to anybody.
I'm just like very, very, very like
but I don't. We talk about this every time. I'm not saying I like it or don't like it.
It's either like go and eat or eat because that's the only thing that is open.
But I understand it. It's like there is a day in Barcelona where it's just like you don't shop. That's it. That's the concept. You spend time with your families. You spend time with friends.
But it's just not the shopping part of like clothes and things like that, right? Like
you don't shop for
everything. Like is the mercados, you know, like the
you don't go big grocery shopping. I don't want to be a guy, but here they call it the Pakis. Right, the Paki stores, the Pakistani stores, they're open for like if you want to do small. It's not like you can't get milk, eggs, the small basics. If you have to get something, there's a ton of places you can go. But yeah, you don't do major grocery shopping. You don't go clothes shopping. You can definitely go to all the tourist areas and go clothes shopping. You can go
that's
to the
the
malls.
part. That's why. No, the malls are closed.
The local malls are closed. But if you go down to middle of Plaza Catalunya, I guarantee
that's
you
what
that
I'm
that's all
telling you
gonna be
that I
open.
wanted to go to on a Sunday on Plaza Catalunya and understand how things are there. Like just at least to have the option to know like, okay, I want to go because it's not like I'm going to go for shopping. I just want to go and just walk around and see things. I don't need to buy things. It's just the feeling
but that's your whole thing.
It's the feeling of emptiness. It's ghost freaking town. So it is not just like there's no people around. There's no cars around. It's like literally you wouldn't know it, and there's like a freaking zombie apocalypse that's happening, and you wouldn't realize about it because it's a Sunday, so everyone is outside.
I'm not going to go as far as to say that I love it.
Well,
I'm not even going to go as far as to say that I like it.
I can tell you.
I can say I respect it.
I can tell you though, a really good thing that has done for me, and is just very much looking forward for Mondays. I've never looked forward for Mondays. Who looks forward for Mondays? I don't think that no one looks forward for Mondays. It's like, oh God, Monday's here. However, now for me, it's like, oh my God, yes, it's a Monday. I got so excited about Mondays to be everything's open, like life is again happening instead of like dead ghost life. That there's nothing to do, lay down on a freaking bed and do nothing.
You're exaggerating. It is not like there's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do.
There's so much to do. There's no shopping to do.
It's not just shopping.
It's a totally different thing.
No, there's not like a place where you can just take the kids to play unless you go to like the amusement parks.
Where would you go before? Tell me where you're going to go on a Monday that they can play that you can't go on a Sunday.
Huh?
Tell me a place that you can go on a Monday to go play.
I don't know because Monday
on
Monday I'm working and they're in school. There's nothing to do of that kind of level.
No, I'm not going to let you off. Tell me a thing that you can where you can go play on any day of the week that you can't do on a Sunday.
I don't know.
Exactly. So this is all in your head. This is what I'm trying to say. It's like you're so...
So, I think that the way that I see it is like as being on a different place. Like I see it as how I'm in Colombia. Like the Sundays in Colombia is all about being outside, malls. I go take the kids to not the amusement park, but to the local like play stuff that you can do there.
You have to go to Parque Aventura.
Go and have an ice cream, which by the way, the ice cream stores are not open. Only cafes and restaurants because the ice creams, they don't open. Anything like kind of like fun per se for eating fun is not open either.
By the way, it's also to caveat it, and we have to learn the schedule.
Or, for example,
it's only during fall and winter. Spring and summer, they open back up.
Huh?
The mall is open on Sunday.
Summers, on the summer, and they open a little bit. I heard that they're going to open again
in winter.
Not the whole winter, just like for Christmas stuff.
So it's weird. It's not like every Sunday all year.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Almost. I don't know. I don't like it. I feel that so we need to create like a different kind of culture. Like, okay, normally let's meet with friends on Saturdays. I'm like, nope, we'll meet with friends on Sunday.
Well, because like this Sunday there's an event. We can't go because we don't have a babysitter for Sabi, but our friends are going out to a pretty cool restaurant. Oh, but that isn't the other thing. Sara is finally finding, because she has Instagram, fun places for us to go. There was this amazing party here last week that we weren't able to go to, but I'm really excited to finally be able to go out and listen to some good music on the weekend, this weekend, hopefully. The last thing I wanted to touch on
Let's talk about pizza.
We're talking about food, i.e. I want to give some restaurant reviews. I've got 3 in mind. 2 not so hot, 1 amazing. Go for it.
Well, I am having a surprise. I'm not that impressed with Italian restaurants here. I've been to 3 Italian restaurants so far, and I'm not really liking what I'm getting. It is not just like, okay, it's not amazing, but it's also not like.
So let's give the names.
Great.
So Isabella's.
I don't want to give names.
No, we have to. We're doing reviews. So Isabella's in the Sadia Tres Torres area has really high reviews on Google. This is the second time now in Barcelona, and actually in my life, and they're both in Barcelona, that I've seen really high reviews. That ramen place was not a 4.9 either. It was
garbage.
And I'd give you guys the names, and I'll put it in the review, that it was not. It was like a 3-star ramen place, but it had a 4.9 on the reviews. And assuming that they didn't fudge it somehow, I think it's just there's a lot of people visiting here that just don't know what good ramen tastes like. So they give it like high reviews. But Isabella's had really high reviews as well. I didn't go, but you said you didn't like it.
And it's pricey. I tried a lot of the places that we got, and it was just not really... It wasn't really that great. Also, like, I really don't want to... I know that you always bring this up as an excuse for it. Like, I don't like the service of people. Like, the service is so bad.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Every once in a while,
but I don't like. I don't think.
Yesterday,
I don't think that should be based on getting tips.
No, it's
or
not
not
about it.
Right? Like a tip is like getting something extra for your work. Like even though in the United States they completely destroyed that concept.
Yesterday I was at Aspic, and when Cecil wasn't there, but some other guys because we are there a lot, was so nice. Like, came, talked to us. It was like
I don't know. Maybe I just feel that if you're gonna be in a high-end restaurant like Isabela supposedly is, you expect a little bit more. Well,
look, you called it out when we went to the dog pound. And Catalonians will call it out themselves. So take this with a grain of salt. But Catalonians are left of warm. They're not cold like you would imagine Germans or Russians to be, or French people to be. Like when you hear about like left of center on cold to warm scale, Thailand being like an 11 out of 10, Colombia being like a 10.5 out of 10.
Colombia's like a 100 out of 100.
It's more. I said 10.5 out of 10.
Yeah, you put it less than Thailand. It's like people in Thailand are amazingly nice, but Colombians in
I don't know.
are very nice too.
The nicest place I've ever been, just since we're talking about it, is Kenya. The people of Kenya are just
I know you mentioned that.
amazing.
Before. Okay,
11.5 out of 10.
Keep your.
I'd put Catalonians at a 5. They're not a warm culture. They're not cold. Like they're not
rude.
They're not rude. Though I almost went off on a 90-year-old lady that's seemingly yelled at our kids for playing outside, because now I'm turning a little bit more Catalonian. Like I try to kill people with kindness, right? When they're just like, oh, like kind of cold. But I'm like, dude, lady, don't yell at my kids for playing on the street. You know, it's a street and it's not yours. Anyways, I went outside to look for her and she had gone into her thing. People honk here all the time, like angry honks. So if you are, I was on the freeway, I got stuck with a scooter that can only go 50 kilometers an hour. And I was like all the way in the right lane, on the right edge, going 50 kilometers an hour in an 80. So what is 80? 80 kilometers an hour is like 50 miles an hour. So 50 kilometers an hour is like 35. So I was going 35 in like a 50. And there was a stretch where like 10 people honked at me in a row. And I've got a kid on the back. So maybe I'm just scared and they don't know I'm riding that slow. I was on the freeway for like 25 minutes and 10 people honked at me, and all within this small stretch. So maybe they're all friends and they're just a-holes. But like, that's when I get like upset. I'm like, if I could have caught up to them, I'd be like, dude, I'm with my kid. Like, I'm going slow on the freeway. You got 5 effing other lanes to drive in. Relax. And I see that all the time when I'm riding around, because I spend a lot of time just riding my bicycle around. And they're not honking at me, but I see people just honking at people, like angrily. And not like friendly India honks where you're just like nonstop honking just for the sake of honking, but like angry honks. And so, yeah, people told me about this before I got here and it was a concern. And I think you just adapt. But Catalonians is not a warm culture. They're really friendly if you get to know them. Like everybody in Amalia's
they're amazing.
Soccer people. Like, so I'm not saying they're not amazing, wonderful human beings if you get to know them. It's, you know how like people talk about New York, like people are just a-holes, right? They don't look at you, tell you to get out of the way, but they're great people. They're still great human beings.
Yeah.
It's just,
I don't know. I'm just talking about the service itself. Yeah. Like service is just being like bad all over the place. And I just don't think it has nothing to do with tips. It's just like people just don't give a shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's cultural.
Not nice. And like something interesting that I just wanted to mention it because like I still don't understand why, and I know this is like a really funny, almost like, I don't know, stupid thing even to mention, but like I didn't realize that like pizzas here, when you order pizza to your house or in a restaurant, they don't cut the freaking slices for you. You have to cut them yourself, and I don't understand why. I do not understand why, and I hate having to do this too. Like, it really bothers me that I have to cut
How
the
dare
pizzas.
I have to cut my own pizza?
I am so bad at it. One, they probably can have like better tools on their cool kitchens, knives and stuff to cut the pizzas, but like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like, and it's gotta be like a Spain thing, because I've traveled the entire freaking world. Okay, I've traveled a lot of countries.
They cut it in Italy
during my like life, and every single place that we've ordered a pizza, they come cut. Like even in a little mini tiny island in Indonesia where there's no light from 11 to 6 a.m.
A small island owned by an Italian.
Well, they obviously know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He still cut the pizza for us. I'm like, I don't understand. It's very frustrating.
All right.
So I'm gonna have to ask some Spanish people. I don't know if it's maybe only just Barcelona or if it's all Spain. I'm gonna have to figure that one out, and I'll let you people know. So, but yeah, if you come to Barcelona, be prepared to cut your own slices.
Just 2 more reviews, and then we are done with this episode. I'm actually going to cut to a review I did live for a place called El Nano. It was I don't know, some South American or Central American, Ecuadorian. I think it was Ecuadorian food. I was at a place when I was picking up my scooter, and while I was waiting, there was a restaurant there called El Nano, and I ate it, and it was so good. And I'm like, I'm going to do a live review just to see what it's like. So let's cut to that live review right now.
All right, so I'm on location here at a restaurant called El Nano. Calling this one out in case you have to do a rental car at 6. A lot of the cars that you have to rent from 6, if you're renting it from Barcelona, are going to be in the middle of the city, and this actually is right next to the 6 rental car. I'm waiting on hearing if they can get me a new scooter, so I thought I'd hop in here. It has a 4.5 rating on Google Maps, and just calling it out for its incredible value. For 16 euros and 50 cents, so 16.50, you get a big bowl of soup, steak, which is steak or chicken. You get this really large, I'll put a picture up of this wonderful white fish with rice and beans. You get a drink and you get a coffee, all for 16 euros 50 cents. Obviously that includes all taxes and tips and everything. Yeah, so you're out the door for 16.50. It's absolutely delicious. It's hole in the wall-y, as in you're not going into some place super fancy, but it's really clean. I'll take a couple of pictures of the place so you can see when I talk about a nice spot, but kind of hole in the wall. Barcelona has some amazing restaurants, so this one's not based on aesthetics, it's just based on great food. So it's called El Nano. It's an Ecuadorian restaurant, and just a great value for the money. I'll throw some pics up.
Okay, so that was the live review of El Nano. It was really good. Now I want to do another review of what Sara said is her favorite Indian food of all time.
Oh yeah, that restaurant
Shanti.
was amazing.
Shanti. It's in the Sadia Diagonal neighborhood. So if you're in Barcelona, you got to try it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, certified Indian here.
Very impressed.
And it's our second time. Amalia and I found it in April when we visited. And we're like, holy crap, this is so good. And I even called Sada that day. I'm like, we found an Indian place that's so good. And I was glad to see that Sada was like,
well,
holy crap,
I
this
can
is good.
say
And my
that
dad
the
said it
best-
was good.
I mean, if your dad says that it's good, that's a lot to say.
Yeah.
But the reality is that I can say that the best food that I've had in Barcelona so far is being this Indian food in this restaurant, because like
So
everything
5
else
stars
is
if
just
you're in
really
town.
not cutting it off.
Yeah. 5 stars if you're in town. You got to try it. All right, guys. So that's our episode today of Beta Barça. Thank you for listening in.
So it's
Hope
Bay
you
to
guys.
Barça or Bay to Barcelona? Bay to Barça.
I like Beta Barça.
So it's kind of like, it's more catchy, like Bay to Barcelona. A
Gosh,
family
we can't
journey.
agree on a name. Can't
You're
we?
gonna put the family journey somewhere in there.
No, that was so dumb. A family journey.
Family journey.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Hope everyone's doing well. If you have any comments or anything, just let us know. But this is Rod Garwal.
Signing off.
You
Ow!
have to say your name.
Oh.
This is Rod Garwal.
This is Sara Gerwal.
Signing off. Oh, we didn't do it at the beginning.
Well,
We have to
you want
re-record
your
this whole
laugh
episode.
for some reason
We have
every
to
time that I
re-record the
say
whole
my
episode.
name.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye.